correct wrist hinge is something very specific, and there's one way to do it, and there's really lots of other ways that don't actually work. And I showed you earlier, if I set myself and just swing the arms back and through, my wrists are hinging. There's no rotation movement. Think about it, why? What would I be doing all this for? I'm swinging back and forward, keeping it as simple as I can. The club is in my hands, swinging back and forward. And the position we're looking to get into is where my left wrist is now hinging up and down, we'll call it. The weight of the club is pushing onto my thumb, and it's hinging right down the ridge of the forearm there. The position here is very solid. Remember, the ways of hinging the wrists, this way, up and down, the strongest one is this up position, where you're hinging, and there's a big bone in your wrist here, your back of your hand, and it's hinging against that. What we don't want to see is this floating wrist where there's no pressure at all, the so-called cupped position. So how do we get into that position? And if I was to set up here and a little forward press, straight away my wrist is starting to get more and more into the correct position. And in fact, if I do my little forward press and then just turn, feels absolutely spot on. Really feel my right arm tucked in, really solid wrist position there. All I've got to do from there is just turn through, and I guarantee you come squarely into the back of the ball. Once we get out of position up here and the wrists are floating, it's very difficult to really time the movement. And the little forward press is something I'd advocate for two reasons. One thing we want to get is, as well as the technical side of the whole thing, we want to also get this nice rhythm and tempo. And if I do my rhythm exercise, starting from here and just swinging and then swinging, as I swing this way, I've got the club head moving with no physical effort, there's no pulling at it, nice soft swing, and then I'm trying to get the same feeling on the way back. And if I swing this way and then suddenly heave at it, I guarantee you'll spot it very quickly. So the feeling is you're swinging. So if I do my little forward press, it's almost like doing a mini version of the follow through here, the rhythm exercise. So swing. So not only am I getting myself into this more solid position, I'm actually setting myself up for this swing feeling. So swing. And you can actually just hear how solid it is through impact as I make contact with the ground. The feeling is I've gone back, wrists very solid, everything's staying loaded, the pressure is retained right down through impact into that so-called the pronation position that Ben Hogan talked about before the club head releases itself, and the left wrist with absolutely no resistance here just allows the hand to fold back on itself. So remember, hinging forward, if I actually do this, all I really feel as if I have to do now is turn my shoulders. I've almost like set my, if I really exaggerate, I've set my wrists and just turn, then just swing it through. So forward press into that position, feeling that you're swinging, and then just letting it go. Swing.